Hey YouTube, coming at you with the Master League team, and looks familiar because it is a modified Dragonite double steal into Gyarados double steal. And why I actually just tried Gyarados was because I've played Dragonite a couple times now in the Master League, and the problem is Zacian is like everywhere. And with Zacian, you really don't have any play. But this one, you can at least throw Aqua Tails, and that's not like a super good reason because you're still going to get destroyed, but at least it's something. Plus, in the other matchups, like there is a lot of Dragon against you here, like Dialga and stuff like that, which will do super effective Dragon Breath damage. So taking neutral is not the worst case scenario. Now the only problem is Aqua Tail and Crunch are like really bad moves for Master League. So there's not much you can do there. You just kind of have to deal with it. It is not bad in this situation right here, right? You can have the Crunch, which is great for this. Seal Up Shadow Ball. Problem is Gyarados is a little more glassy. They do come Dialga, which is fine. You still sort of cover the same things with Gyarados as Dragonite, right? You resist the fire, you resist the fighting, you resist the water. So it's still quite strong overall. So I think it's a nice replacement if you don't have Dragonite or just want to substitute so your lineup isn't as obvious. You have to shield there because you are double weak to so a Draco Meteor would take you over from there. And I know I can get it back here because I will take this out here. So I'm likely to just grab a shield back. Plus I did a bunch of chip damage, so that's good. They shield once, which is fine. Let's see if I try and snipe. No, I'm just going to let this go down. Omnis Wind probably will take me out. Pretty low. Can I come straight in here? See if I can farm down. I cannot. I don't know if this is the Wind or Shadow. We'll see. It's just the Omnis Wind, so that's fine. That's not going to take me out. What is in the back? It is Groudon, which is huge. Aqua Tail, but again, Aqua Tail is such a bad move, as you're going to see right here. Doesn't even do like a third, which is like, come on. So luckily, Dragon Breath damage coming quick. Fire Punch is going to be resisted. Got one off there, so now I can go here. At this point, I'll probably switch in because even though Precipice Blade is resisted, I'm very low and I do not want to be taken out here. So I'm just going to come in here, force them to take me out on this. So that way I can Dragon Breath down. They just go Fire Punch. That is not going to be enough and I can farm down. So take that, legendary Pokemon. Dragonite in here, that's good. If they stand like this could be a Dragonite double steal team in itself. So staying in here, Dragon Claw would hurt, will not take you out, but it was still going to put you down to the yellow. And I'm immediately going to switch because it's now within. The thing is, the Dragonite matchup is not comfortable with the excadrill because one Rock Slide doesn't take you out, but one Rock Slide does take that out from this low. Is this one where they just like outplay me substantially? I remember this, I think this one matchup, maybe this one where they caught like multiple times. I think this may be it. So they catch a Rock Slide on the Excadrill, which at this point I'm like, okay, if you're coming in Excadrill, it was a nice catch. This team is probably double steal as well. So it's probably a metagross in the back. Dragonite double steal, very common team. I do grab both shields. So at this point, I'm thinking like Gyarados is probably okay to run here. Get the Aqua Tail, but they come in and snipe with the Dragon Claw. So good heads up thinking by them. Does not take me out, so I'm going to bank that move. What I maybe should have done is, because I don't think I can fully take this out without having a shield. One Superpower won't take me out, but a back-to-back will. Can I get the full farm down? I have a move banked on the Gyarados. I'm basically at 2 Earthquakes now too. So I should be in a good situation. Here's 1 Earthquake. And if it is the Metagross in the back, I will have back-to-back here. Basically. Well, I'm not going to have back-to-back, but I will outpace them. And there is your Dragonite double steal. And I am far going to outpace you here as well. So goodbye to your Metagross. No goodbye. Apparently that does not take it out. So let's just Aqua Tail this to end. Earthquake doesn't take out a Metagross from this range. That's surprising to me. But we'll take it out in the ending. Palkia here. Again, Gyarados is interesting because there are a lot of Pokemon where you have a good matchup against, like Kyogre, Palkia. Dragonite's like neutral-ish. Giratina. They come in with their Kyogre. So like I need to stay in here because you cannot have your backline see this. So even if this is just Surf, I need to shield. Basically just to keep this alignment. Plus I know the Dragon Breath damages can do a bunch, plus a Crunch will take this out, so I'll still come out with energy, still have the Dragon Breath for Palkia if it comes back in. So goodbye Kyogre. If the Palkia comes back, well, it depends what comes in here. If it's not a Palkia, I'm probably going to bail into one of the back two. Yeah, it is a Melmetal. Problem is this superpower is going to like put me down to like 25%, and then they're going to come back in immediately with their Palkia. Yeah, and Snipe. That was expected. Which is now going to leave my Metagross on, which, okay, I need to take this out here. I really need to take this out here, or else I'm in big trouble. The problem is if they shield and farm, this game's over. And I think that's where we're headed here. Yeah. They shield, farm. They're going to have multiple Aqua Tails to chip this. I can't fully farm down here, I don't think. And these Aqua Tails are going to spam like pretty hard here. As you can see, they're going to put me... I have to kind of shield this, or else they're going to be able to just Dragon Breath me down. So we got to shield, got to go full farm, but at this point it's a superpower, and I don't even think I got to the Earthquake. This game's over. So Kyogre lead, again, decent lead. I got a lot of decent leads with Gyarados, and I think Gyarados is just like pretty safe in general here. Right, the hardest you're going to see is Zacian on the lead, resisting the Dragon Breath. Most others, you're in a pretty good situation. So Gyarados is the nice kind of lead here. They're building up a bunch. It could be like a Thunder. I really don't want to take that, so I'm going to shield just the Surf Bait, which is too bad. They now go into Togekiss, which is hello. This is why you got to try and get out a little earlier, because even if they shield this, I mean, even if they let this go and come in Kyogre, Kyogre's pretty low, so Kyogre's probably in farm down range. And they don't even... so now I'm going to shield. It is just Aurora Sphere. I'm going to shield because now they're in farm down range, and I will have an Earthquake coming out. So the Kyogre comes back in, it's going to get one shot. So they're going to have to shield. They probably will shield because I think they still have like an Earthquake banked. I mean, not an Earthquake, a Surf banked. So they got a couple more. This Lurf will probably take me out. I can get the Gyarados back on it as a must because I have an excadrill in the back. Perfect throwing, so they cannot escape and catch this crunch. This will take it out. What is in the back? It is the Dialga. So this matchup is over. So here's your toughest lead, and I come in here immediately knowing that I'm going to get punished, but you don't really have an option because you can't come excadrill because you're going to get one shot by the close combat. You can't really say Gyarados, or they're just going to come out with like 100 energy and then force you anyway. So I'm just going to come into a bad matchup here. If they have like a Ho-Ho or something, you're in trouble. Luckily, it is a Groudon. If I remember, they go straight Precipice Blades twice and I'm able just to farm down. I'm down Shield. But I am able to take this out and keep Switch, which is great. So Zacian comes back in, I'm going to be able to take it, and it is a Yveltal, which is a Pokemon I am definitely trying to work on. I catch on the Gyarados because I think that like I need to save the Metagross for this. Unfortunately, even if I save it for this thing is going to be at 100 energy and be able to close combat and take me out. So yeah, Zacian's kind of killed the Gyarados, the Dragonite Double Steel. Even Gyarados is not as good. What about running? What's it called? Waterfall on it. No, you can't because you have Kyogres, you got Palkias, you got Dialgas. There's too many dragons. You got Giratinas. So you need to run Dragon Breath on Gyarados. You cannot run Waterfall on it. So honestly, I don't think... whoops. Yes, that is my faction match, which I got... Not faction, Gym Breakers matchup, and I got lit up in that matchup. So the problem with this matchup, I've shown this before. One Shadow Ball basically takes you out. It takes 3 drill runs to take them out. So even if I shield here, I'm still going to lose this. So even if they let this go, they're going to live and get to a move. Oh no, okay, so I get to move. So this is good. This is at least force a shield back. So even if I go down to the even shields, this is okay. getting off that CMP at that. Getting off that is pretty much a requirement. They do take me out, but that's fine. I should be able to Dragon Breath down. Out comes the Dialga. I have another Steel answer for this. Again, even if I have a Steel answer, I really don't want to take a Draco. This thing is just so overpowered. It's one that I definitely need to build up in the future. Not getting out, and I see why. Because you have a Zacian, and I am loaded with 2 Meteor Meshes. So basically take it out. Farm down. Yeah, I was supposed to say I'm almost out of Earthquake, so they get out of there. Landorus is a pretty, again, another ground Pokemon. It has Stone Edge, which is going to hurt. They catch on the Zacian, so nice catch. I think I build back up, or just go straight in and farm, yeah. They haven't thrown yet, and so, yeah, I remember this, because they haven't thrown yet, so I immediately throw, thinking like, they're loaded with energy, so they have to shield or go down with 100 energy, and they go down with 100 energy. And out comes Yveltal. If they're going to get this off, it's probably going to one-shot, because it's super effective, and this thing hits like a truck. So I'm just going to shield, thinking that I can get a shield back and do a ton of chip damage. So I get the shield back. Problem is they're going to just farm now. And that farm means this is going to take me out. Plus, they're still loaded with energy. So even taking this down to the one shield is not amazing here. I come in here, just trying to get a move off, but I can't. Because now I'm thinking like Gyarados, between the Gyarados, Dragon Breath, and Aqua Tail, maybe that's sufficient. So get out of there. Take this move, because I can live 1 Dark Pulse. I don't think I can live 2. So the question is, are they going to take me out here? And if they do, I can maybe just go Rock Slide, force them down their energy, go Rock Slide, take them out. Plus Rock Slide is what I would throw on the opponent anyway. So let's just get this out of here. Leave up shield. What do they have? Superpower, Rock Slide, Superpower, Stone Edge, something like that. So I need to get to 2 moves, or they're at the back-to-back superpower, so it doesn't matter. Yeah. Yeah. They're at back-to-back, so I was going to lose that anyways. Yeah, Yveltal's tough, because you're sort of like double weak to it in the back, and Gyarados isn't an amazing answer either. So they're just staying in here. Let's just start grabbing shields or chipping a ton. Could be Draco, but at this point, if it is, I'll just farm. So I let this go. It's just Aqua Tail. I get the full farm down, which is huge. So I'll keep switch. And again, I bank it because I don't think they'll have a Kyogre in the back. It'd be surprising if they did. Palkia on the flea, Kyogre in the back. But I still just want to try and draw something out here. So shield once, do draw out the Landorus again. I can get to this move here, which is good. They're going to have superpower to take me out. And I can't really shield. And now I'm going to have my Metagross try and run in the back here. So superpower is going to take me out. I may just come Metagross and farm. No, I'm going to come Gyarados, sacrifice this, and then come Metagross and farm. Knowing they're at 2 moves. This is still very, very, very risky. The good news is Rock Slide's resisted. 1 superpower does like maybe 50%. And so if you throw 1 and then I shield 1, you're going to be pretty low. You're going to need like 4 superpowers here. And I think they're trying to hold off as long as they could. But I only need 3 Earthquakes. So that matchup's kind of like iffy at best there. So anyways, that's a team. I think with the double steel lineup, I just think there are now too many Pokemon that cause it problems, right? I think that like Zacian causes the front line, like 2 of the 3. If you don't get the Metagross on the Zacian, you're in trouble there. If you don't, like, Yveltal is sort of a problem for this whole team. Kyogre for the back line still. Like, again, Kyogre, Ho obviously causes the backline problems. And then you can still Brave Bird and threaten Gyarados. And then what else is there that's Groudon. I mean, you have an answer for Groudon, but like it still takes 3 Aqua Tails to take it out. So there's just the XL and these Pokemon with like that are tanky with beast moves really kind of limit this setup, as it used to be so dominant. It's not so much anymore. It's still one worth running if you don't have like legendary Pokemon. It's still fine if you just want to try to compete. You can still kind of get around it, but it definitely does not have its same strength as it did back in the day. I think you need legendaries now, which is unfortunate. Anyways, that is it. Appreciate thumbs up and comments. We will see. Hopefully I don't have to play Master League much anymore, but we will see what this last week holds, and then hopefully this new season is not terrible. Anyways, that is it. I'll see you guys in the next one.